What is going on, everybody? Is your boy Amon's Toxic Emma 331 back at it with another video, and today we are going to be doing yet another toxic tier list ranking. Ooh yeah. But before we get into the actual video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers, just 92 away? No, not 92, 82 away now, and really, how about you, boy, if you did subscribe? That also goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic tier list rankings. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so notification will upload, because I do an episode of this every Sunday. Don't forget to share the video, because it'll also help me out, and do feel free to comment how you would rank things down below. But because I just want to point out something. This is my list, and I'm pretty sure we will all have drastically different lists, but so don't get onto me if I have a movie that you like somewhere else, okay? We all have our own opinions, and that's okay. But before we get into the actual ranking the movies itself, okay, these are the tiers. We have perfect, which there's nothing bad at all, and it might be like one of the best animated movies. That's what it means, because Pixar is a great animated studio. Amazing, but minor flaws. Like, there's minor flaws that don't bother the movie, but the movie is still good. Toxic goodness. I don't know why I had an extra S there. Hang on, I gotta fix that. Toxic goodness. If you watch my toxic movie reviews, toxic goodness is basically like a B+ or a B-, and it's like there's stupid stuff in there, but you have fun with it. So yeah, that's what toxic goodness is. Okay means it's an okay movie. Pixar movie. Wrong studio isn't really a bad category. It's just like, yeah, I don't think Pixar should have made it. And toxic trash is like dumpster fire, one of the worst in my eyes. So with that being said, let's just get started. So first up, we have A Bug's Life, and A Bug's Life, I think, is. Would I say wrong studio? Because there's been other bug. I would say toxic goodness. Or should I put it in okay? It's been a while since I watched it, but I actually like this movie quite a bit. I'll say okay. I'm gonna say okay for now. Hear me out on this. Because out of all the Pixar movies, don't rewatch that one the most. That's why I'm going to put it there, because rewatch value is a big part of, like, me viewing movies. And, I don't really revisit that one often, but it did create, like, a very unique story with bugs in Disney movies, and, like, bugs in animated movies in general. And many people, like, tried to replicate that, and, Pixar did good on this one. They had very unique and standout characters. I feel Hopper was a creepy villain. He freaked me out when I was younger. So yeah, and also Hopper was like an intense villain. So that's why it goes there. And I think it's a decent enough Pixar movie. I think I'm putting it in okay, because I don't think it's as rewatchable as the other ones. But it might move up later, but who knows. Then we got Brave. I'm going to put this in wrong studio. Even though I like this movie, it is the wrong studio. This feels like a movie that probably DreamWorks should have put out, not Disney. It feels that more like their sort of tone. But, yeah, this could have been just not a Pixar movie. This could have been just a regular Disney princess story. But I don't think Pixar was the right choice to do this. I do like the aspect of how she basically reconnects with her mother in bear form. I like that quite a bit. But also there's some stuff that Merida, the main character, does in this that kind of makes her selfish in a way, so that doesn't make her very likable. But, because she's the reason that her mom turned into a bear, so, yeah. I'm gonna put it in wrong studio. I don't think it's a bad movie, but I think it was made by the wrong studio. Then we got Cars. I like the first Cars. I'm gonna put in Toxic Goodness, because even though the concept is, like, very bad, not bad, very, like, weird that they decided to go that way, I like the way they took things with the first Cars movie. Radiator Springs was a very, like, cool looking place, and it gets upgraded throughout the Cars franchise. And Lightning McQueen, even though he does, like I said, with Merida, some selfish stuff, he eventually finds his tracking, no pun intended, and eventually basically finds out that he's been a jerk and he's trying to fix that. So I like that aspect. And Mater is a good side character. He should never been a main character. So yeah. Then we got Cars 2, which many people consider to be the worst out of the Pixar movies. I'm gonna put it in. I know it's just my list, okay? Don't judge me, but I'm gonna put it in okay. It's one of these three. I think it's watchably bad, so I'm gonna put it in okay for now. I would say I would put A Bug's Life over it. So, like, actually, let's move A Bug's Life back to Toxic Goodness, because I don't think it's near the level of Cars. Actually, no, I think this is wrong studio. This feels like other, like, kid sort of another kid movie studio should have made this instead. It's just making Mater, like, the main character confuses me. It is entertainingly bad, but, like, Mater, it tries to go for a little spy movie, which the Cars were never intended to be that in the first place. So, yeah, it kind of makes it go there for me. I don't think it's toxic trash, because toxic trash means, like, I hate this movie, I'll never rewatch it again, or whatever. And I think Cars 2 is, yeah, I don't think it's good. I think it's bad, but it's watchably bad. Cars 3, if you would have asked me this, like, I forgot how many years ago this was, like 1 year ago, this would be my least favorite Pixar movie. And I've only ever watched this one once. So I think I'm going to put it in the same category as Cars 2, because I remember actually some fun moments that they had in there. I'm going to put that over Cars 2. And that I've only ever seen it once because I didn't like it the first time, but I think it's an okay movie. It's just, like, why? Yeah, like, I don't know. They made some weird decisions in that for the third and final Cars movie. And in the trailer, too, they made it look like it was going to be, like, one of the more darker Pixar movies, but it didn't end out turning that way, so, yeah. Then we got, remember me, oh, for I have to say goodbye, remember me. Okay, I'm done. We have Coco. Coco is, no, keep on going. Okay, it's one of these two. I have to think about it, because, I'd say it's an amazing but minor flaws movie. There is some flaws I had with it, but I forgot what they were. I know I did. And amazing means it's still like an A+, like an A-. So that's good. That's very good. So don't get me on to that for that. But, like, the animation is stunning. The reveal of, no, I'm not gonna go into spoilers for that. But, the animation's really good for most Pixar movies. And I like it quite a bit. What other stuff did I like about it? I like the creature designs. They did very unique ones there, and I like how they explored the dead and how there's like a second life, basically. I thought that was interesting. And, yeah, it's a very unique movie, and it can make you cry. It almost made me cry once, I think. I think that was the first time I watched it. Yeah, it almost made me cry, so... yeah, it is a very impactful movie. Yeah, I should really be doing Finding Nemo first. Finding Nemo is a perfect Pixar animated movie. I'm pretty sure we can all agree with that. It basically it goes through parenthood on a deep level, and all the fish in here are memorable characters like Bruce. What else? What's the turtle's name? I forgot what I know Crush. Like, I know, no, wait, crap, what's his name? Squirtle. No, I meant not Squirtle. Is it Squirtle or Squirt? I think it's Squirt, because Squirtle's from, like, Pokemon, I think. And his, dad, I forgot what his name was. But, yeah, those are memorable characters, and Dory was a good side character that shined in the movie the most, and Marlin is a very likable main protagonist, and so is Nemo. So, yeah, even though he, is also selfish sometimes, but that doesn't bother me very much. Then we got Finding Dory. I think this has memorable characters in it, but it is nowhere near on the level of the first Finding Nemo. I'm gonna put it in toxic goodness. I think it's serviceable enough. There is some weird aspects they decided to follow, and then there's some aspects I really liked that, like, for example, I liked how they explored the aquarium. They, like, went into an aquarium. I thought that was very unique. What other stuff? I also thought the side characters are amazing. Like, I forgot what the whale was called, but the beluga whale, he was good. Destiny was another good side character, and also Hank, the octopus, or septopus, I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, that was good. But it's the same sort of thing with Mater and Cars 2. They decide to use, like, the side character as the main focus of the movie, and sideline the original two characters from the first one, which I thought was a questionable decision, and yeah, I think it's watchable enough. Then we got Inside Out. Inside Out, I think, is perfect. It does follow emotions amazingly, and it also is kinda a story about growing up a little bit. It's kind of a story about that, and it explores that a little bit more than a movie that we'll talk about later. Bill Hader as a fear was a standout for me. Joy is a good main protagonist. Sadness was decent. Anger was really fun too, and so was Disgust. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of funny moments in there. I really like Inside Out. And that, yeah, I don't know. That might be my favorite Pixar movie. I have to think about it. Monsters, Inc. A classic, man. A classic. I always watched this as a kid, and I love Monsters, Inc. The dynamic between Sully and Mike was really done well. The voice cast was chosen greatly with John Goodman as Sully and Billy Crystal as Mike Wazowski. That was a good choice. Then I like that aspect where they have to watch Boo. I thought that was really handled well. Randall as a villain is a villain that is cool, but he's, like, mean, so they did a good job with that. The only, like, minor negative I can come up with, and it's not negative, it's not, like, a big negative, but they make Water Noose the main villain, even though I feel like Randall should have been the main villain. So, yeah. But, I mean, some could argue that Randall is the main villain still, but, Yeah, I don't like that aspect of the movie, but it doesn't bother me because I still love this movie to death. Monsters University, the prequel. I actually thought this was going to be a sequel originally, and it wasn't. So I'm going to put it at the top of okay. Maybe, yeah, the top of okay. Another selfish aspect of the main character as well, because originally Sully in this is, like, really selfish, which I didn't like how they did that with him, but it didn't necessarily bug me. And there's a lot of fun to be had in this. It has a bunch of side characters in here. For example, Art is the standout for me. Also, then you got Don. He was a cool character, and also what's it? Squishy? Yeah, Squishy was good too. And yeah, I like. And the twins. I forgot the twins. Yeah. This is a fun time. The reason why it doesn't go... do I want to put in Toxic Goodness? I do think I liked it more than Toxic... More than... Okay, you know what? I'm going to put both of these in Toxic Goodness. And I'm going to put MU at the bottom, then this. I think that seems like a good rating service there. Onward. This is an underrated Pixar movie. Amazing but minor flaws, because it discovers okay. So I don't have a brother, but I have a sister, and it explores the bonds of siblings very well. And in this, and Tom Holland and Chris Pratt were both great as their voice acting roles. And it had a bunch of great animation, beautiful animation at that. And the last scene, man, that's a very emotional scene. And Onward is... I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I'm pretty sure it is. But I'm going to put Onward over Coco, actually. They're both on the same tier, but, like, Onward, man, that last part had me, man. Then we got Ratatouille. This is my favorite Pixar movie. It has such a weird plot to go with, but they make it work. And Ratatouille is such a fun time, man. And I'm a big person that loves food and all that, and I like that aspect of this movie quite a bit. It has great characters. Skinner as a villain is great as well. Also, Remy is another good standout. Patton Oswalt, I think that's what the dude's name is, was a good choice to voice Remy in this. And I hope one day they end up doing a second Ratatouille movie, because I love the first Ratatouille. And also, I've never rode the Ratatouille ride yet. Never rode it yet. The Good Dinosaur, same sort of thing with Brave. It's the wrong studio. Most people would consider that like a bottom 5 I almost said MCU movie. Pixar movie. They would mostly consider it a bottom Pixar movie, and I gotta agree. It feels as if the wrong studio put it out. If DreamWorks put it out, it would have been more successful, maybe. I don't know. But, it's just, and it's not very rewatchable. But the animation is good for what it is. And the Spot, I thought, was a little bit annoying. And the main character, you feel bad for. So, yeah. That's where that is. Incredibles 2. I'm gonna put this in... I gotta think. I gotta think if I didn't like anything about Incredibles 2, because I like Incredibles 2, like, a lot. No, there's nothing I'm gonna put it in amazing but minor flaws. There's when the final act happens and it decides to follow Dash and Violet, like, trying to save their parents, I don't know. It just wasn't clicking with me, but I do like this one a bit. I would still put Onward over it, but I love Incredibles 2 for sure. And then, Incredible. And also the animation is beautiful in this movie. It is beautiful. Then we got the first Incredibles. Perfect. One of the best superhero movies of all time for me. And it's a shame. It's not a shame, because this movie was like really good and well received. And it just brought a unique plot to Pixar and created 2 movies of it, and you like it a lot. Cinderome as a villain, even though we've seen the plot line done so many times after the plot where he basically wants vengeance, kind of, for Mr. Incredible not letting him fight with him. Yeah, that was good at the time. All the family members are quite likable in this, and it's just a once in a generation Pixar movie. Toy Story 2. Okay, let's put it here. No, just kidding. No, I know you guys were going like, no, for a second. No. It is perfect. It is a perfect enough sequel. Over time, this wasn't my favorite of the Toy Story movies. I think it was my, least favorite. But I kind of actually might say it's my favorite now. I love Toy Story 2 quite a bit. The animation still is a little bit dated, but the animation for the time was, what's the word? It was day-breaking? Is that the right term? Day-breaking for the time, and they did a really good job on that. And, they do some funny movie references in there, like with, Rex. I meant with, Rexy, where he basically is chasing the car or whatever. And, he, does the Jurassic Park logo at Jurassic Park thing where he's chasing the car and then roars right into the window. I thought that was pretty funny, because if you guys didn't know, Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time, so that was a fun reference. And also there's a Star Wars reference in here too. That's funny. Then we got Toy Story 3. I do not know why they don't have them in order, but okay. Toy Story 3 is, I'd say perfect. It is a movie that should have ended it said Transformers. Sorry guys, I'm tired, don't mind me. It should have ended the Toy Story movie franchise, but it did really well, and with its emotions in the third act, how it says basically, sometimes you just have to grow up, which soon, in a few years from now, I'm gonna have to do, and that's gonna suck having to live my own life and let things go. But yeah, it does a great job of exploring that, and Lasso is the best Toy Story villain of the group. Then we got Toy Story 4. If you would have asked me a long time ago, this would have been my favorite Toy Story movie, but I'm gonna put it in amazing but flawed, because they did not need to make this. I do not think they needed to make this. And yeah, at first, and my dad was more mad at that than I was. He basically was going no, the third one was a perfect ending for the franchise. And then when the trailers came out, I was going actually, that looks quite fun, and hopefully they don't screw it up. But this one is really good. It adds great new characters in it, and also Woody. I like how he's searching for Bo Peep, even though it's been years. I thought that was a good story route to go, and in Toy Story 3, you're going like, where's Bo Peep the whole entire time? And I like how it explores that in this. Buzz, how I like how he's trying to chase Woody and whatever. Sporky's the standout of the new characters. I like that. And, yeah, I thought the third act got me in the theaters when it happened. It made me cry. But, when the third act got done or whatever, it's still, like, you still question, like, why couldn't it have Woody went with Buzz? And I was going, like, yeah, it's just weird that they went that way, but I do think it was a good send-off, too. Yeah, it's a mixed bag for that final act, so that's why I put it in amazing but minor flaws. Then we got the first ever Pixar movie and the first ever Toy Story movie. Toy Story, this goes into perfect. I would probably put the sequels over this one, because this one's a little bit more dated with the animation, because it's kind of creepy, but it's still a perfect Pixar movie, and no questions asked. I don't need to say anything really, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Then we got Up. Up is the first act of the movie is amazing. It is so good and so powerful, and every single time I hear that Up music theme, it explains the directions of life so well. How there's going to be its ups and there's going to be its downs, but sometimes you just gotta keep living, and I love that first act, and it's probably one of the best first acts of movies, period. I think it was like so encapsulating, and that scene was so beautiful. But I don't think the movie is as great as that when after that act happens. I still think it's a good Pixar movie. That's why I put in Toxic Goodness. But it doesn't follow that up, which is weird. So but it's still a fun enough movie, and it's at the top of Toxic Goodness. So yeah. Then we got WALL-E. WALL-E's actually an underrated Pixar movie, I think. I'm gonna put it at the top of amazing but minor flaws. Or do I want to put it in perfect? I think it's perfect. I think it is a very cute Pixar movie. I like the aspect how he's on the ship in space. I really enjoy that. The space aspect of that, how they go in space and everybody's basically living on that ship because they can't go to Earth because they think there's toxic fumes or whatever. And I really enjoy all the cool little Easter eggs and stuff, and the music for this was great. I had this game called, I think, Disney Universe, and they had a WALL-E level, and I loved playing that level, and, yeah, over time, I've actually grown to appreciate them. Soul. All I got is soul. All I got is soul. I'm gonna put it in amazing but minor flaws. It's a little bit weird that they kind of explored the dead aspect of the Pixar, because they technically already did that with Coco, and they kind of did it again with Soul, and it didn't really bug me, but it was a unique animation for the time, and the music for this was great. But yeah, it's technically a movie we've seen before. Then we got Luca. Toxic Goodness, I think. Because they don't build up the characters much. They do, but they don't build them up a lot, if that makes sense. They don't do that. But it is a very fun time, and the animation is nice, and the movie has a bunch of quotes in there. I mean, that are quotable. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. But, yeah, there it goes there. And for some reason, there's like 2 of each for this. So, yeah, there's 3 more movies left. Turning Red. I know some of you guys love this movie probably. But this was not. I did not like this movie. It's just... It's such a weird story to go. It's like, you follow... Okay, how to explain this without... Okay. It explores some very... whatchamacallit? What's the word where you like growing up or whatever? It explores puberty for this, and... Some movies that works, this one does not. Like a Pixar movie, like a kid could be watching this and like, this is explaining this already. Like what? Like why are you doing that in a Pixar movie? Like where like maybe like 4-year-olds are watching this and don't know what it is. Like I don't know. It just felt wrong. And then there's also like a scene in here where basically the girl is twerking in front of her mom to basically say I can do with my do whatever I want with my body, basically. Yeah, it was just... Yeah, sorry if you guys like that movie. I did not. Lightyear. It's a shame most people didn't go to see this movie. I think it's okay. I think I do like the movie Lightyear, but there's one major issue. And no spoilers, but... there's a Zurg twist in here, and I didn't think it worked at all. But I do like this movie, and I did not like the Zurg twist. And there might be some other stuff. There's some side characters that I don't think are as memorable as the others, I think. So that's another negative, I guess. And also what other stuff? I wish it's explored Buzz on Earth a little bit more. But I do think it is an okay, serviceable enough Pixar movie. Then we got the newest one, Elemental. And I would put it in wrong... I'm not going to put it there, but I do feel as if another studio should have made this. But I'm going to put it in Toxic Goodness, because it is Pixar's first ever romance comedy, and it is a very cute movie. It's just, I think the wrong company made this a little bit, but I think also the right company made it, if that makes sense. And I like how it explores all the different elements together. And yeah, I think that's pretty much every movie, right? Is that everybody movie? Is that every movie? Let me see. Oh yeah, that is every movie. Well, that is my tier list ranking, guys. But before we get to actually ending the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number 1, it's absolutely free. Number 2, we're on the road to 300 subscribers. Whoop whoop. Just 82 away now. Really help out your boy if you did subscribe. Don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic tier list rankings. Oh yeah. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications and notification when I upload. Also do share the video because it'll also help me out. And do feel free to comment as well. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Pop, 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 pop. Peace out.